WVEC News Now begins with breaking news. At 6 o'clock, the polls are now open for in-person voting in Virginia. You're looking live at Windsor Woods Elementary School in Virginia Beach, where people have been lining up since 3:45 this morning.
It's a similar story in Hampton. This is a live look at Aberdeen Elementary School. Those doors opening up any second. Folks there will be glad to get inside because the temperature in the 40s.
And this is a critical vote. President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden crisscrossing key battleground states. The president holding 5 rallies in 4 states he won the last time around, hoping to win them again. And former Vice President Joe Biden going all in on Pennsylvania and Ohio, hoping to rebuild that so-called blue wall that collapsed for Democrats 4 years ago. Thank you for trusting Daybreak to bring you up to speed. I'm Ashley Smith.
And I'm Dan Kennedy. We're leaving the spin to the guys on cable. This is the team to trust this morning. Dana Smith is live in Virginia Beach, and Nico Clemens is in Hampton with what you can expect at the polls this morning.
And we are walking you through the 3 big races we are watching locally. Stay with us. We'll do that in the next 30 minutes. Also, the future of casino gaming is on the ballots in 2 cities. And just how long will it take before we know who wins the White House? But first, let's head to meteorologist Craig Moeller with your Election Day forecast. Dan just said it. It's cold out there for these early voters.
It is, and God love our Daybreakers, our Facebook group. I'm hearing from folks. I put out a poll just real quick, just asking how many of you have already voted, how many of you are planning on voting today, not wanting to know how people voted, but just whether they've already knocked it out. And a lot of folks have voted in advance. However, I'm hearing from some of our Daybreakers saying, Craig, it's so cold out here right now. Yorktown, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, folks in line with lots of others, crowds already building at the polling places. We do have a freeze warning for those inland areas. You can see the areas shaded in purple out towards I-95. That includes Surrey and areas on the peninsula up around the Williamsburg area and to the west. Most of the metro not under that freeze advisory. We actually have temperatures lower to mid 40s closer to the coast. 33 now in Chesapeake. We also have 30s out around Wakefield and Franklin, a Hosky at 34, and it's just a really cool start to the day. We will enjoy a lot of sunshine today. Look at the sky right now. This is a live view from the Chamberlain. Currently 46 degrees, west winds at 9. Highs today near 60, plenty of sunshine, great weather for getting out to the polls. Make sure you've got your sunglasses and have a coat early this morning. Let's check in now with Bethany, find out if there are any traffic issues.
We had a little bit of an issue, and it's going to slow you down for the next 10 minutes or so. This is a live look right now at the 664 right before the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel. This is the northbound lanes headed to the Monitor Merrimack. Now, we had all northbound lanes closed because we had a disabled vehicle inside of the tunnel. They were closed for about 10 minutes or so, maybe a little less, but that caused a little congestion. So heads up, if you're headed that way, you could see some congestion there on 664 northbound if you're headed up to the peninsula. The rest of our viewing area looking really nice, though. No other accidents and just our normal congestion spots here this morning. So if you're heading out to work or the polls, you're looking good. Dan, Ashley.
Okay, Bethany, thanks. It is your voice, your vote. And if you're headed out to cast your ballot today, polls just opened minutes ago in Virginia. They close at 7 tonight.
And in North Carolina, polling locations are opening in just about 30 minutes. They'll close at 7:30 tonight.
Let's check in with Dana Smith, who's live outside Windsor Woods Elementary School. And Dana, voters just started going in there. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. Yeah, just 3 minutes ago or so, a poll worker came out, started yelling, the polls are now open, the polls are now open, and this line is now long. Take a look behind me. People started lining up around before 4 a.m. this morning, and the line has continued to grow. Dozens of people now. The line actually stretches around the school and into the bus parking lot. That's how many people have showed up. The curbside voting line, though, not so bad. We just have 2 or 3 cars there for now, but we are expecting this line to grow. This is Windsor Woods Elementary School in Virginia Beach, just one of several polling locations throughout Hampton Roads' largest city. Things started out quiet here when I got here around 3:30 a.m., but as that excitement builds, more and more people started to come. As you can see, this line very long, and election officials have already said they're expecting a record-breaking number of people to turn out today to vote. And that's in addition to the some 90 million people who have already voted early already throughout the country. Now, I've been out here all morning, and I will continue to keep an eye on these lines, talk to some voters, and let you know how things are going. Back to you guys.
All right, Dana, thank you for that update.
Here's three races we are closely watching tonight. One would be the District 2 congressional race between Democratic incumbent Elaine Luria and her challenger Scott Taylor. Taylor trying to win back the seat he lost to Luria 2 years ago. Another race, will Virginia send a political newcomer, Republican Daniel Gade, to the U.S. Senate? He's trying to unseat incumbent Democrat Senator Mark Warner. And in North Carolina, we are also closely watching the governor's race between Democratic incumbent Roy Cooper and Republican Lieutenant Governor Dan Forrest.
And two casino referendums are on the ballots, one in Norfolk and the other in Portsmouth. Now, leaders in Portsmouth are working with Rush Street Gaming for the project. If the referendum gets enough votes, leaders estimate the casino would bring more than 1,300 permanent jobs and 1,400 construction jobs to the city. Now, in Norfolk, the Pamunkey Indian tribe already has plans to build one. They just need the thumbs up. This plan lays out a massive casino resort on the Elizabeth River right next to Harbor Park. The tribe has promised 90% of the workforce would be local and 50% would be minority workers. Taxpayers would not pay for any of the development. Well, nearly 100 million Americans have already voted early.
But because of the pandemic, voters took advantage of absentee balloting and early in-person voting like never before. Nationally, voters have cast more than 70% of the total ballots counted in the 2016 general election. In the 2016 presidential election, 166 million Americans voted in total, and 43 million voted early. And this morning, the majority of national polls show that former Vice President Joe Biden is leading. But this race will be decided in those crucial battleground states. In his closing message, Biden criticized President Trump's handling of the pandemic, while President Trump closed out his campaign energized by large crowds.
We're going to beat this virus. We're going to get it under control. And the first step to beating this virus is beating Donald Trump.
This does not look like a second-place finish.
With nearly 100 million ballots already cast, it could take days to determine the winner. The Biden campaign will be in Delaware as the results come in tonight. The president is planning on being in the nation's capital. And there are some important deadlines to be aware of if you're voting by absentee. If you submit an absentee ballot in Virginia, it must be postmarked by today, and they need to receive it by no later than Friday. If you're turning it in person, you have to do that by 7 p.m. tonight. In North Carolina, your mail-in ballot must be received by November 12th, but again, postmarked today. You have until 5 p.m. to turn it in person in North Carolina. Now here's Craig. One thing to know about the weather.
Sunshine, beautiful weather today. Dan, here's what we're going to focus on with this one thing to know. It is chilly this morning. We just saw on Dana's live shot a guy there in a T-shirt. Most folks really bundled up. Look at these temperatures. Low 40s as you're headed to the polls early this morning in Virginia Beach. Upper 30s around Great Bridge and Deep Creek. Up on the peninsula, temperatures in the lower 40s for most areas. Yorktown at 45. Eastern Shore, mid to upper 40s. Low 40s for the Middle Peninsula. Toano right now in the mid-30s, and temperatures into North Carolina, 30s and 40s as well. Bethany, what's one thing to know about the traffic?
The one thing you need to know about the traffic right now, if you're heading out, just normal congestion spots are all in monitoring. We had a disabled vehicle on 664 northbound. That since is cleared up. Northbound lanes moving fine at the bridge tunnel. Ashley.
All right, thank you, Bethany. Coming up, what to expect when you head to the polls, from security to COVID safety. We're live with the long list of changes this year.
Celebration canceled, where the commander-in-chief's election party is being moved to tonight.
But first, hear how our partners in swing states are covering today's big election.
Welcome to Battleground, Arizona. State 48 used to be a sure bet for Republicans, but times have changed. We've seen Arizona turn purple as more and more people have moved here from across the country. Now, President Trump won Arizona 4 years ago, but so far in this election, Joe Biden has had a slight lead in most polls. Still, the race remains very close heading into Election Day, and both campaigns have been out in full force, looking to win our 11 electoral votes.
this isn't our first flip. And sure, some renovations can require a bit of compromise, but there's no settling here. At Floor & Decor, she gets to fulfill her vision while I get in-stock products at budget-friendly prices, all in one trip. Plus, we get the installation materials we need to get it done right and right on time. It's a win-win. Now that's shopping like a pro.
Explore Floor & Decor in person or online at flooranddecor.com.
Financial student aid eligibility. It doesn't matter whether you are active duty, reserve, veteran, retiree, on GI Bill or not. You should be taking advantage of these programs. There are numerous examples of even senior active duty members receiving federal loans and large grants.
For more details, visit ecpi.edu. Military Now education tips are sponsored by ECPI University, ranked best for veterans 9 years in a row.
Flexible, hands-on, accelerated. A best college for vets? We think so. And so does the Military Times for the 9th year in a row. ECPI University. What are you waiting for?
To Go Ultimate TV packages end Tuesday.
At Rooms to Go, you should know buy the room and get a big TV.
Choose from room after stunning room and get a 70-inch LG Smart 4K UHD TV and finance for 60 months interest-free. Hurry, it ends Tuesday.
Buy the room and get a TV.
Do you need a loan or have something to sell? I'm Glenda Craddock of Hilltop Pawn, and lending money and buying items is what we do. It takes about 5 minutes. We take anything of value, but most large loans and buys are gold or diamond jewelry, high-quality watches, or other high-value items. I've said it before, gold is gold, old or broken. It's still worth money, and a lot of it in some cases. Hilltop Pawn, Alaskan, and First Colonial. Or just Google us.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started.
Your time is now 6:12. You're waking up at daybreak on this election day. And within the past few minutes, polls have opened across the Commonwealth, including this polling place in Fairfax County. Millions of Americans are still expected to head out to the polls today. Despite early voting, there won't just be voters there either, Ashley.
And that's right. Nico Clemens is live in Hampton this morning with how Election Day will look different. Nico, I know it's already busy out there, too.
The Aberdeen precinct is open as jumping here at Aberdeen and Hampton. I know Dana, my esteemed colleague, is trying to compete, see how many voters she has and how many voters we have. It's a good amount here. They're already inside. It's just good to see so many people out here voting early already. The polls just open, as we all know. More than 99,000 voters here in the city of Hampton. Of course, everybody wants to be safe and wants their vote to count, and they want to make sure everything is done correctly. So the city of Hampton, or not the city of Hampton actually, but several police departments around Hampton Roads, they're talking about increasing staffing today to make sure they're prepared and respond to any potential issues. You may also see poll watchers at your precinct. These are people with written approval to watch over the voting process, but they're not allowed to assist voters or get close enough to know how you vote. The CDC also has issued safety guidelines for voting during the pandemic. The main ones: stay at home if you're sick or if you've recently come in close contact with a person with COVID-19. We spoke with a couple of voters earlier today, right before the doors opened.
I want to vote for these two people here.
Who are these people?
They're my mother and my father. They passed away, and I'm making sure my vote is here at Aberdeen. And a lot of people died for us to do this.
Again, good to see so many people lining up already to vote here in Hampton Roads. Again, wear your mask, social distancing, do everything you need to do to keep yourself safe and voters safe as well. Live in Hampton, I'm Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.
All right, Nico, and as you just showed us, a lot of people voting for a lot of different reasons. Stay safe out there. Thank you.
Let's get to your 3 things to know at 6:15 this election day. Non-scalable fencing temporarily installed around the White House perimeter yesterday. It's a preventative move just in case the election sparks any protests at the nation's capital. The White House isn't the only location protected. The district's top cop said his office has not received any credible threats of violence, but that the city has received a number of requests for demonstration permits. President Trump's campaign has deployed an army of volunteers and paid staff to show up at the polls to watch voters. They plan to head to Democratic-leaning areas to watch for ballot fraud. They're expected to challenge the validity of the vote count. The effort is being led by former Trump White House aide Mike Roman, who claims that Trump's army is comprised of 50,000 poll watchers. And so much of the election has been changed because of COVID, and now isn't the time to ease up. New cases are on the rise in 49 states and territories. In total, more than 565,000 cases and almost 6,000 deaths were reported from October 24th to 30th. All right, that's all numbers. Let's put it in perspective for you. It's a 15% increase from the previous 7-day period.
Now, Dan, one of the big questions leading into this is when will we know who won the election? Mail-in ballots and absentee ballots have to be counted first, and different states have different rules on when those can be counted. So in Arizona, Florida, and Minnesota, mail-in ballots can be counted before Election Day. So those results should come fairly quickly. Now, in North Carolina and Ohio, ballots cannot be counted until today, Election Day. But early in-person voting can be tabulated quickly. So we could learn results from those states tonight, but there's no guarantee on that. Now, in Georgia, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, election officials are expecting results anywhere between 2 and 5 days after Election Day. So we should know preliminary results in several swing states shortly after the polls close.
Good morning. I'm Eugene Daniel in Norfolk. In an unprecedented election year, legal teams for presidential campaigns are ready for battle on the days after Election Day. President Trump told supporters in North Carolina over the weekend his lawyers will get to work as soon as the election is over. ABC News reports Joe Biden's campaign is also prepared for a legal fight if necessary. ODU political science professor Dr. Benjamin Molesky says North Carolina will likely be a legal battleground, and he's not surprised lawyers are involved because so much is at stake in this election.
Now, election celebrations will look a little different this year.
That's for sure. The candidates usually have big parties, but the pandemic changing their plans for 2020. We're told Joe Biden is expected to address the nation tonight from Wilmington, Delaware. It's close to where he lives. Sources tell ABC News that the president had planned to gather tonight at his hotel in D.C. That's now changed. He'll host 400 people at the White House instead.
All right, let's turn now to Bethany Reese for a check of the roads before people head to the polls. Is it looking good 18 minutes into rush hour?
Yeah, it's starting to slow down just a little bit at certain polling locations, but that's just to find parking. I've got a full look at the rest of your commute coming up in just a bit. But Craig, cold outside.
Yeah, cold. Some of the inland areas, and it's been great. We've been hearing from our daybreakers saying, oh, really need to bundle up if you're headed out to the polls early. We'll show you those temperatures here in just a moment. In a word, though, many areas in the 30s this morning, some spots in the 40s. All right, let's check out how much longer until some of these big days coming up. Veterans Day, 8 days out, 23 to Thanksgiving. I can smell the turkey already. Hanukkah, 37 days out. The winter solstice, 48 and 53 days until Christmas. I know Ashley is on 52 days. 52, I said 53, 52 days until Christmas. All right, right now looking up from Langley Federal Credit Union up in the peninsula. Skies are clear. The winds are lighter. So we've got some really good weather, but it is chilly out there this morning. Later this afternoon, temperatures close to 60. We will enjoy a lot of sunshine. Generally, west winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's the inland areas that are cooler this morning. Petersburg, 33 degrees right there. It's 43 in Williamsburg. The winds light from the west-northwest. Been hearing from folks up in Yorktown saying, hey, chilly up there. Of course, south side, we've got cool conditions as well. 36 in Chesapeake right now. Calm winds, and that's allowing some of those temperatures temperatures to drop. We do have a freeze warning out to the west towards I-95. Most areas not getting down to freezing, but you can see Roanoke Rapids right now, 32 degrees. We'll focus a lot on our Hampton Roads weather here in just a moment, but I got to keep you updated. Eta is making landfall as a Category 4 hurricane right now along the Nicaraguan coast. It is forecast to turn to the north, eventually through Guatemala, and then back out over the water here and maybe towards Cuba. Here's the European model. You can see how it tracks along. Its forecast to weaken a little bit over land, as they always do, but then as it gets back out over the Caribbean here, it may intensify, making another push towards Cuba, and then the European model actually carries it back into the Gulf of Mexico. We are not done with Eta. Even though it's making a landfall, it looks like it may get back out over water. As far as our forecast goes, things are looking great today. I mentioned sunshine, 60, we'll take that. Tonight, clear skies. Tomorrow, more sunshine, looking really good. I do want to mention, though, as we go Thursday night into Friday, there could be a few showers down around the Outer Banks. Other than that, things are looking really good for our area. Here's the full 7-day forecast. The temperature, as I mentioned, near 60 officially. Inland areas more like lower 60s. We'll see 65 tomorrow, mostly sunny and 70 on Thursday. We're going to stay a little warmer through the weekend, low 70s. A chance for a few Outer Banks showers Friday and maybe a stray shower down there on Sunday. Things generally looking really good. Bethany, what are you watching on the roads?
Well, Craig, we were watching an accident up on 664. This was right before you got onto the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel on 664 northbound. Now that accident is cleared out, so northbound lanes moving fine here this morning, but they were stopped for about 10 minutes, which caused a little bit of congestion on the northbound side of 664. So expect a little slowdown, but not enough to make you want to really rush out of the house this morning. No big slowdown there. The rest of our viewing area looking really nice. No other big accidents or issues this morning. I will say, I've been monitoring our polling locations. In certain areas, I am seeing a bit of slowdown as you go find parking, but to get there, not too bad of a morning. North Carolina, same story this morning, looking good across the board for a morning commute. Dan, Ashley.
Well, that I voted sticker can score you some pretty sweet deals today.
That's right. Bethany's back with that and what you can do if you don't have a sticker. That's next.
Call Atomic. We're here when you need us most.
Atomic Plumbing is for me.
Chase Roofing. Over 20 years of experience serving all of Hampton Roads. Leaky roof, worn or missing shingles? Call Chase Roofing at 872-0700. For a limited time, get a free estimate on a new roof. Plus, 0% financing available for 12 months. And for peace of mind, ask about our extended warranty. Chase Roofing. We protect what matters most. Schedule now and get a free estimate on a new roof. Call Chase Roofing today at 872-0700.
Come on. Let's go.
Come on. Let's go in.
Toyotathon is on. 'Tis the season for great year-end deals.
Buy a new 21 Venza now with $750 cash back, or lease a 21 RAV for a low $229 a month, or buy one and take $1,000 cash back from Toyota.
Don't miss out. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
A struggling economy, increasing violence, constant flooding. Bobby Dyer had his chance. Virginia Beach needs new leadership. Jody Wagner worked with Governors Warner and Kane to lead Virginia through an economic crisis. As mayor, Wagner will use her experience running a small business to revitalize our economy, improve schools, and help families and businesses recover. Jody Wagner, a proven leader for difficult times.
I'm Jody Wagner, candidate for Virginia Beach Mayor, and I sponsored this ad.
'Tis a season for getting together. What? Don't want guests seeing your old floors? Call 50 Floor today and get new floors in time for the holidays. With our 60% off sale on carpet, hardwood, vinyl, and laminate. 50 Floor will move your furniture, take away your old floors, install your new floors, clean up, and leave. You're gonna love your new floors, but hurry, 60% off ends with the holidays. Plus save an extra $100 with promo code FLOORTIME. Pay no interest and paid in full in 12 months.
Call 877-50-FLOOR. Pick up the phone, we'll be knocking at your door.
If you were a smoker and now you have mesothelioma, can you seek compensation? Yes, because smoking does not cause mesothelioma. Asbestos exposure does. PWHD, local lawyers with a national reputation.
To Go Ultimate TV packages end Tuesday.
At Rooms to Go, you should know by the room and get a big TV.
Choose from room after stunning room and get a 70-inch LG Smart 4K UHD TV and finance for 60 months interest-free. Hurry, it ends Tuesday.
By the room and get a TV.
Thursday at 11 on 13 News Now.
To learn more about a cleaner, greener Hampton Roads, visit askhrgreen.org.
Live look at Windsor Woods Elementary School in Virginia Beach. Look at that line. Polls have been open for 25 minutes. People exercising their right to vote. We'll hear from Dana Smith in 5 minutes. But first, that I voted sticker isn't just proof of your civic duty.
That's right. In some places, it's your ticket to some Election Day freebies. Let's talk about it. Bethany's back now to save you some cash.
Yeah, and you don't think about freebies on Election Day, right? You just think about getting out and voting, but there's actually some deals, and considering this kind of a sweet treat, offering them up to good, if you have an I Vote sticker, there's some sweet treats in your future.
Are you hungry? Well, you can grab a free glazed donut and an I Voted sticker from Krispy Kreme today. Later tonight, Boston Market's offering one free slider from 9 p.m. to close. Need to shake off that election stress? Planet Fitness is offering up a free workout and hydro massage to anyone who votes. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Election Day, it's also National Sandwich Day. Firehouse Subs, Jersey Mike's, and Jimmy John's are all offering some pretty slick deals.
Okay, now, it's technically illegal to offer freebies in exchange for votes, but they get around that by offering these deals up to anyone, regardless if you voted or not. And that little I Voted sticker that you get, you don't even need that, because I know some people didn't get them because they were voting absentee or mail-in. You don't need a sticker. Just go up and say you voted and get your freebies.
Awesome. Thank you, Bethany, for that.
Taking a live look outside once again, Windsor Woods Elementary in Virginia Beach, where people lining up to vote.
And pushing for battlegrounds, the presidential candidates spend Election Day Eve out in some must-win locations. That's next on Daybreak.
Get the region's most accurate weather forecast on your mobile device. Scan this code now to download the 13 News Now app.
Your lawyer matters. Choose Rutherford's.
After you cast your vote, join us as we break down the races, follow the results, and discuss how everything might impact Hampton Roads. Get your questions ready and join 13 News Now tonight at 9 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube.
Diversifying police departments is no easy task, so I talked with a minority officer who recently took the oath why she's tipping that diversity scale to protect and serve. I'll share her story Thursday at 11 on 13 News Now.
We understand that saving energy